Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So for today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my drugstore makeup kit essentials for beginners. So first off, I recommend trying out a primer. This one here is the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Primer. I recommend this because it is definitely like a smoothing primer. I believe that this would be good for all skin types because it is moisturizing, but I do have dry skin and it works just fine. It does not it controls the oils pretty well without drying out your skin. This is a definite must if you would like your makeup to last longer and just look fresh throughout the day and just go on more smoothly. Highly recommend this primer. So next you would apply foundation if you choose to, and I recommend the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. This foundation is definitely a medium coverage. You can build it up to full, but one side note is that has a really strong smell. It also has a spatula, which some people do not like, but I don't mind it. But it does have a paint smell. So if you're sensitive to smells, I can smell this on my skin throughout the day. Some people say they can't, but I can. I have the shade Soft Ivory. And yes, this is just a really nice long-wearing foundation, and this works well with any setting powder that I choose to use. And this is really affordable, like $5. So if you are looking for a good drugstore foundation, I highly recommend this one. So next for concealers, I have one for under eye concealing and then one for everything. This one I just use for under the eyes. I've just never used it for anything else. I guess, I don't know. I don't know why. I guess I haven't tried it for blemishes, but this one is the one that I recommend. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. Oh, that's why, because it says dark circles. I probably always just assumed that it was just for the under eyes. So if you need to cover up anything underneath the eyes, this has a nice sponge already onto it. And yes, this does have very nice coverage. It doesn't crease much, lasts all day, and there are a ton of shades, I believe. This one is in the shade Neutralizer. And then I have the Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer in the shade 10. This concealer I use for my under eyes. It covers it very well, and then I also use it for blemishes. This one I absolutely love it. It blends right into my skin tone. It just meshes with my skin, and this is just really good coverage, lasting all day and can cover a lot. So I highly recommend this concealer. So for powders, I have two. I have a loose powder and a pressed powder. So a pressed powder I use for touching up throughout the day, or else if I don't want to have the fuss of a loose powder, then I will just dip my brush in here and apply it to my face. And this is the Rimmel Stay Matte. I have the shade Transparent, and this is really good for mattifying the face and just controlling oils and setting it. It doesn't add any coverage, but it is nice, just translucent setting powder. And then I have the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder, and this is really good for, I use it for setting under the eyes. I use it with a dampened beauty blender, and then I will take the other end of the the bigger end of the sponge and just pat it into my face. I prefer using loose powders with sponges because I feel like they mesh more into the skin that way. So if you're using a loose powder, I highly recommend that. And these can get messy, but I just find that this makes my skin look so airbrushed and flawless. And this does, I find, add a little bit of coverage. So this adds coverage, this really doesn't, but they're both great setting powders. So moving on to blush, bronzer, and highlight. For bronzer, I am suggesting the Rimmel London Natural Bronzer. This is in the shade 22 Sun Bronze, and this is just a gorgeous natural. You just cannot go wrong with this. It's very blendable. It's not too pigmented, but it's definitely, it shows up. This is just a nice, just smooth looking natural bronzer. It just makes your skin, it looks like a natural bronze. So I highly recommend this one for beginners. For blush, I have the Wet n Wild Color Icon blushes. I have 3 shades here, but if I were to suggest one, I would suggest Mellow Wine because it's a matte, it's a matte deep peach color, and yes, I just find that this matches with so many looks. There is also apricot in the middle. This one has a bit of a golden sheen. It's like peachy with a golden sheen. And then I also have pearlescent pink, which is a pretty bright pink, but if you go in with like a light hand and blend it out. This one also has like a golden shimmer to it. They're all three gorgeous, but my favorite is Mellow Wine, and these are very pigmented, so I suggest going in with a light hand and just kind of tapping it where you want it, and then if you need to go back in with a powder brush or a beauty sponge with powder on it, then to tone it down a little bit. Just be careful when using these, but I do think that they're very great and silky smooth texture with good color payoff for the drugstore. For highlight, I actually have an eyeshadow. This is the Maybelline, I think it's just like a single eyeshadow. This is in the shade The Glow Down. It's just a nice gold color, and I just find that this is gorgeous for the skin. And yeah, like, you don't have to go and buy like super expensive golden highlight like the Amrezy. I find that this is a dupe, but I'll swatch it for you guys. It's just like a nice golden color, if you can see that. Just gorgeous and smooth on the skin. So yes, I recommend that highlighter for any beginner. So next, for setting the face, I recommend the Makeup Revolution Pro Fix Fixing Spray. You can find Makeup Revolution at Ulta, and I just find that this does the job. It prolongs the wear of my makeup and it sets it, and yeah, like, it does what a setting spray is supposed to do, so I recommend this. So for eyeshadow, I have two palettes here. This is the Rimmel London Spice Eyes edition, the Magnifies eyeshadow palette. And then I have the e.l.f. Matte for Matte eyeshadow palette. This is the Summer Breeze one. They are both kind of warm toned eyeshadow palettes, but they do have neutrals. The e.l.f. one is all matte, and then this Rimmel one has some shimmer. But they are both very pigmented, very blendable, very buildable, and just gorgeous, gorgeous formulas and color schemes. Like, they are neutral, but there are some pops of colors. And yes, I highly recommend these two if you're in the market for a drugstore eyeshadow palette. Now for eyeliner, I recommend the e.l.f. Liquid Eyeliner. This is like $2, and I just find that this is better than any other eyeliner. It's so easy to work with, and I just find that it's easier than like the felt tip ones. And yeah, like, it's just super black, super pigmented, super, like, the tip is really skinny just to get like a nice precise line. And it's super affordable, so you can just keep on using this and trying it out and practicing and stuff if you're a beginner. But highly recommend that eyeshadow. I find that it lasts on my eyes all day, and I don't have any issues with it. And then for mascara, I recommend the Maybelline Lash Sensational Full Fan Effect Mascara. This is in the pink tube. This one has a brush. It's like a curved brush, and I just find that this gives me so much volume, and it just looks amazing on my eyelashes. And it's drugstore, so love this mascara. So lastly, I have lips. I have a whole bunch of lip products because I just wanted to suggest a few different ones. So if you are just looking for like a very no fuss, just throw it on and you can reapply it whenever, it's just like a balm more, I highly recommend the Maybelline Baby Lips. I have 3 shades. As you can see, that one is swatched Pink Punch. This one is Rah Rah Red. And then I have, what was this one? Peach Kiss. So they're all very nice and natural shades. And they're just super like low maintenance, no fuss lip products. But if you are looking for a little bit more, I threw in the NYX lip products, some of my favorite from the drugstore. This is the Soft Matte Lip Cream. This is actually what I'm wearing today on top of a lip liner. And very comfortable, transfer proof, and long wearing. It's just super affordable lip product, and they have a ton of shades. And then my personal favorites are the NYX Butter Glosses. I have these shades Tiramisu, and Creme Brulee. I have more, but these are my 2 favorites. They're nude glosses, and they are just so comfortable, they literally feel like a chapstick on your lips, but it's just like, it's so shiny. I'll actually apply it on top of this liquid lipstick. I'm going to apply Creme Brulee. And I wear these on their own. I wear them on top of lipsticks. They are just so gorgeous, and they smell like cake. So, yes, they are so shiny and just gorgeous, comfortable, and yes, if you are looking for any lip products, I highly, highly recommend NYX. They have great affordable products. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe.